All right, let's start. Let's start with some breathing. So feet a little bit wider than your hips. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Two more. Inhale up. Forward fold. One more. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Let's hold that forward fold. Fingertips, knuckles, palms, wherever you're at. We're going to work on long breaths here. So really working on that exhale, dropping your head and shoulders. Two more right here. Really let the tension out of your back and your legs. Good. Bend your knees, roll yourself up. We're actually going to go right to the front of the mat. And we're going to do our sun salutation. So we're going to start here. Inhale up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Place our hands on the mat. Step back with one, back with the other, dropping down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cobra up. Exhale, drop your hips. Tuck your toes, down dog. Big breath in, tailbone to ceiling. Exhale, dropping your heels. Bend your knees a little, step it forward, one foot and then the other. And then the other. Inhale up. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach to the sky. And forward fold, hands on the ground, stepping back, one and then the other. Exhale, down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cobra up. Exhale, let's take a nice long exhale. Let that back stretch, drop the hips to the ground. Tuck your toes, down dog. Big breath in, really drive that tailbone to the ceiling. And then exhaling, I really want you to drop those heels to the ground. Don't force it, but you should feel a really good stretch there. Bend your knees, step forward with one and the other. Inhale up. We're going to do 2 more of those. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Place your hands on the ground, stepping back. 1 and the other. Exhale, down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cobra up. Exhale, drop your hips. Tuck your toes, down dog. Big breath in, tailbone to ceiling. Exhale, heels to the ground. Bend your knees a little. Inhale, forward. Good. Inhale, up. One more. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Back with one and the other, and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Cobra up. This time we're going to hold it here for 2 breaths. Good. Inhale. Really let that back sink down toward the floor, stretching the front of our hips. Exhale. If this is ever too much, you can modify to forearms. Good. Tuck your toes. Inhale. Big down dog. Really driving that tailbone to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, really, you can even sink back into your hips a little bit to get a really good stretch through those legs. Good. Come down to your knees. Flatten your feet, relax your feet. We're going to sit back. We're going to do a really big prayer stretch. So we're really going to get a lot of back stretching here first. And exhale, head down toward the mat, resting the head on the mat. I really want you to focus on sitting back on your heels. So you should feel a good rounding through your low back. If you need to wiggle around, opening up your knees a little bit more. 2 more breaths right here. Big sitting back into those heels. Good. Let's do 1 more breath right here. Good. Come out of that stretch. Let's get our upper back with our hips. We're going into a nice big half kneel, dropping down, letting that hip sink toward the floor. So your hand is opposite of your front foot. Reach up, big reach here, dropping the hip down toward the floor. On your exhale, bring that arm way back. So I want you to get a lot of rotation in your spine. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, thread it through. All the way through, big thread. You can rest your hand on the ground. Exhale. Dropping that shoulder down toward the floor. Good. Inhale up. So this is a little bit more rotation maybe than we've done before. Exhale, bring it through. One more inhale, way up. Now this time, exhale, bring it behind you. Dropping down, down, down into that hip stretch. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, reaching it through. Good. Come back to just a half kneel. Switch sides. Whip that leg around. We're going to switch sides. We're going to that other side half kneel, dropping down, letting that hip sink toward the floor. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, bring it way behind you, dropping that hip down. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, thread it through nice and big, even resting that hand on the ground if you can. Inhale, way up. Exhale, thread it through. So you may feel stretch a lot of different places. Inhale up, upper back, low back, hips for sure. Exhale behind you. Inhale up, exhale through, rest your hand on the ground, dropping that shoulder. Good. Put your hands there, come out of that stretch. We're going back to all fours. We're going to sit back again into a prayer stretch. So we're going back into that prayer stretch, dropping your head on the ground. Okay, we're going to spend a little more time in prayer stretch. So you can watch me if you need to, then you're going to have your head on the ground. What we're going to do is you're going to bring your arms behind you. So your head is on the ground. You're going to bring your arms behind you. So your hands are behind your back. You're going to inhale and reach your arms up overhead. And then your exhale, drop them down. Okay, we're going to do 3 of those. Inhale up. Exhale, drop your arms down. We're going to do 2 more. If that's just too much for you, you can separate your hands. Inhale, lift them up. And then exhale back down. It's just a little bit less intense of a stretch. Good. One more. Breath in. Opening up the shoulders. Exhale. Good. Come to all fours. Nice. We're going to pigeon. So upside down V. Okay, I want you to widen that V a little bit more. That those of you that have been with me, we usually do them like with a smaller V. I want you to widen it. You're still dropping over the knee, but you're going to just challenge your hip a little bit more, dropping the chest down as best you can. Rest your head, hands, a fist. Bring that back leg back first. Now sink back into that stretch. So with that wider V, you're just giving your front hip a little more of a stretch. Big breath and exhale. Good. One hand on either side of that knee. We're pressing it up. Exhale, try to let your hips relax. So almost your stomach is coming toward the floor. So you get a little bit more back. Okay, now we're going to bend that back knee. So there's a lot of modifications here. I want you to grab your foot, your ankle. If you can't, you can grab whatever, a towel, a washcloth, a stretch band, whatever you have. We're going to breathe in. And then on your exhale, bring your heel towards your butt. Good. So chest should still be over knee. If you need to open it up a little bit, you can, but that's going to take some stretch out of your quad. So I want you as best you can to try to have your chest toward the knee. Breath in. Exhale, heel towards your butt. One more. In. And exhale. Good. Relax out of that back leg stretch. We're going to transition to the other side. So again, I want you to try with your pigeon to be wider with your V. Still dropping down over that knee. Just giving a little more stretch on that front hip. Good. Rest your head and breathe. Good. 2 more breaths right here. Just changing that angle. You should really feel it in your hip. If it's too much, just narrow or bend your knee some more. It's always good to add a little challenge though. One more breath. Good. Come on up. One hand on either side of that knee. Big breath in here. Exhale. Let your back relax. So let your stomach come toward the floor. Good. Now we're going to bend that back knee. We're going to grab the heel. Sorry, ankle, foot, or use a strap or a towel or a pillowcase. Big breath in. Exhale. Pull the heel towards your butt. Keep your chest over that front knee. Ooh, that's a good quad stretch. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Nice. Let it go nice and slow. Come back to all fours. We're going to get our back again. So this time we're doing wide knee. So knee on the outside of your mat. Your feet are also on the outside of your mat. I want your hands on the corners, top corners of your mat. You're sitting back. So good old puppy dog. Big breath in. Exhale, drop your chest to the floor. So if your shoulders are pinchy, widen your arms, but I want you to get your chest toward the floor. Keep breathing right here. Big breath. And exhale, dropping the chest to the floor. Big breath. Exhale all the way down, down, down. Let that chest go toward the floor. You should feel a really big stretch in your upper back. One more. All right, good. Come out of that just a little bit. We're going to thread the needle, but we're going to do it with our hips up. So thread the needle, put your palm down, drop down to that shoulder. Keep your butt up so it's more of a puppy dog stretch. This hand, I want you to drop it down. Exhale. Good. Now that's stretch position 1. If you want to add more middle back, thoracic spine, take this hand, put it behind your back. Take a breath in. And then when you exhale, try to rotate so that your elbow's coming to the ceiling. This is quite an intense stretch. Exhale, try to bring your stomach toward the ground. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, rotate that thoracic spine up if you can. All right, nice. That's pretty intense. So you can always modify it as you need. We're going to do the other side. So remember, we're still puppy dog as far as our hips. So we're going to thread the needle, drop down to the shoulder. This hand is down. Big breath in. Make sure your shoulders drop down so it's not pinchy. If you want to enhance the stretch, put your hand behind your back. Big breath in. Exhale, rotate your T-spine up toward the floor, toward the ceiling. Yep, rotate up toward the ceiling. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, rotating, pulling that elbow to the ceiling. You should get a big rotation all the way through your spine. Nice. Come out of that. That's pretty intense in a good way. Okay, let's come down to our tummy. We're going to twisted cross. So we're sticking with this upper back stuff first. So twisted cross, your hand, palm down, rotating, bringing that back leg behind. If you can't, you can keep it here, but let's try to go behind so we can get a better stretch. Okay, so this hand in front of you, on your waist or behind your back, wherever you can be. And your exhale, rotate it behind, keep rotating, rotating, rotating. Awesome, one more. Good, we're gonna switch. Twisted cross, palm down, rotating. Drop that foot behind you. Hand on your waist in front of you or behind your back. Exhale, we're rotating back. Good job. 2 more breaths. All right, good. Come out of that stretch. Awesome. Come up to all fours. Okay, now we're going to hit our forearms. We haven't done this for a while. So this is the one where you point your fingertips towards your knees. So start with your fingers pointing towards your knees, pretty close. Okay, now if you can, you're going to walk your knees back. So we're getting good wrist flexor forearm. Okay, big breath in. Exhale, if you can, lean it back. Good. Hold it there. Now, when you're breathing, you can either lean back a little more or just hold it there. This is pretty intense on those forearms. So if your fingers are getting tingly, don't worry, that's okay. And exhale, you can always back off that stretch a little bit. 2 more breaths. So good for our forearms because we just do so much typing. Again, remember, tingly fingers, it's okay. Awesome, good. Come out of that, wiggle your fingers in your hands. Ooh, that's good. Okay, we're going into seated straddle. So we're going to kind of continue with this theme here. We're going to go into a seated straddle. So you're sitting on your heels. This is the one, if your ankles feel uncomfortable, you can roll up your mat or a pillow and put it under your ankles. All right, we're going to come to bound eagle. So here we're getting stretched through the legs. If this is not good, you can go to tailor sitting, so crisscross. Okay, arms are out, big breath in. Exhale, cross your arms above you, grab your hands. Exhale, drop your shoulders. So your chin should be tucked. Every exhale, I want you to really think about your shoulders melting down toward the floor. Tuck your chin. Keep your chin tucked, bend your ear toward a shoulder. Doesn't matter which one, we'll do both. Exhale, shoulders melt down, 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 down. One more, keep your chin tucked. Should feel a really good stretch in that neck. All right, now take your time. We're gonna undo this. We're going the other way. Grab those hands, big breath. Exhale, shoulders down, tuck your chin. Big breath in. Ear towards your shoulder the other way, chin is staying tucked. Big breath. Nice. Unwind. Okay, let's go to a little bit more back. We're going to go onto our back. we're gonna do some rotation and I'm gonna give you lots of options. So we're gonna start, our arms are at our side with our palms up. Pull your shoulder blades into the mat, feet together, knees together. Let's roll to the left. So then you don't have to watch. I'll just tell you which way to go. So rolling, your knees are to the left first. Big breath. Exhale. Okay, take your top leg. Big breath. When you exhale, drop that foot. So this is that one where you want to find a place where you can really let your foot relax. You don't want to have your body holding up your leg. And just keep breathing through all these. I'm going to keep adding on. So you stop where you feel you're at a good place. Otherwise, we're going to keep adding on. Take your left hand and scoop up your right thigh. Bring it towards your chest. And exhale. Okay, you can stay there, or last one. Take your right hand and grab your left foot, which is your bottom leg. And exhale, dropping the shoulder down, the right shoulder. So this is your full-on pretzel. So again, take it where you can. Now we're going to just stay there. And exhale, dropping everything, really rotate, rotate, rotate. Now you can even roll your head so you're looking over your right shoulder. Adding more rotation. Really focus on your breathing. Exhale. Let everything relaxing into that stretch. Nice. Okay, unwind from there. Take your time. That's pretty intense. Take your time out of that stretch. We'll meet out our backs with our knees and our feet together. So wiggle back and forth if you need, kind of releasing things, dropping the shoulders. Okay, so we're going to start over. So our palms are facing the ceiling. We're going to rotate our legs to the right. So our goal is to keep that opposite shoulder down. Okay, good. Take your right hand, scoop your left thigh. Oops, I got too excited. Just drop that leg first. Remember, we're finding a place where we can let the leg relax. Let's breathe here. Now take your right hand and scoop up your left thigh. Again, remember, I'm going to keep going, but stop where you need to. Good. Take your left hand, grab your right foot, your bottom leg. Big breath. And exhale, rotate into that stretch. So again, our goal is to get that opposite shoulder down. That's pretty tough. Look over your left shoulder. Good. Another breath or two here. Okay, good. Unwind. Again, taking your time. On your back, wiggle around. Wow, our half hour is going so fast. Okay, we're going to bring your knees up towards your chest and then put the bottoms of your feet together. Grab your ankles or the outsides of your feet. We're going into that nice big butterfly. Exhale, dropping the shoulders down. Good. Progress to happy baby. Feet back, bottoms of the feet facing the ceiling. Let's breathe. Good. Now, if you're feeling you're having some maybe foot discomfort, ankle, you can grab your toes. You can also lace your fingers in between your toes. It's amazing how much lack of flexibility you have in your feet and your toes. But if you can lace your fingers in your toes, grab them that way and then pull them apart. Exhale, relaxing into the stretch. If you can't do that with your toes, you can just grab the toes and then pull the toes toward the ground. That just stretches out that bottom of that foot a little bit better. Long exhales here, really opening up those hips, letting the shoulders relax toward the ground. Good. Put the bottoms of your feet together. Grab those ankles or the sides of the feet. Let's go back to big butterfly. When you exhale, you can actually use your forearms and your elbows and rotate your hips out a little bit more if you can. Okay, good. Come out of that. We need to do a little bit of hamstring because we got 3 minutes left. So we're going to go into long leg straddle today. You can do seat, you can do straddle, wide leg if the long leg's too much, but one way or the other. So we get some hamstrings. Big breath in, toes towards your nose. Exhale forward. All right, this is going to be our last stretch before rebound. So take your time. Every exhale, we're coming a little bit more forward. Remember, you're really trying to focus on hinging at your hips. Wiggle around as you need. Chest is coming forward. Good. Don't drop your head and shoulders yet. We're still trying to hinge at our hips with our toes toward our nose so you can really feel that in your hamstrings. Good job. Keep letting your chest come forward. We're really getting those hamstrings here. Remember, our knees should be pretty close to straight. So don't worry so much about getting your toes. I'd rather have you get your knees straight because then we're really going to isolate on those hamstrings. Okay, now drop your head and shoulders. Okay, come out of that nice and slow. We're going to end in child's pose. So that's the one where you're sitting back on your heels. Drop your head, wrap your hands around your legs, really curling up in a ball. If you'd rather do prayer pose, you can, but this really just helps us to flex our entire spine. So you're resting your forehead. Stay there, taking some nice deep breaths. Again, this is that one we're trying to really sit, get our hips down toward our heels. And then from here, you can go to your rebound. So some people like to stay here for rebound, or you can go stomach, back, wherever you want to be. Make sure you take a minute. That was some intense stuff we did. Good job. Keep breathing. Stay in that rebound. Just focus on the breath, on that relaxation. Good job. Give yourself some breath. See you next time.